Factsverse presents, this man was losing his dad to Alzheimer's, but then he came up with a plan to bring him back. Before we get started, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Factsverse for more great videos. Teddy Mack. Teddy Mack is in his 80s and has an amazing voice. His singing ability earned him the nickname Song a Minute Man. He was born in the UK's Midlands region. He was the largest of 13 siblings and was often responsible for taking care of his brothers and sisters growing up. He also entertained his whole family when he sang. The CARROLL LEVIS Show. Teddy's voice was so incredible that it opened doors for him. When he was 17 years old, he was invited to audition for the CARROLL LEVIS Show. This was the X Factor of Teddy's day. Unfortunately, his family couldn't afford for him to go. Even though he couldn't get his big break, it didn't stop him from singing. He would sing at local night spots along with his band. They were known as Teddy Mack and the Starliners. He would organize his own bookings, and everyone in Wednesbury knew who they were. Marriage and children. While Teddy was performing at night spots, he met a woman, and they married. Shortly after, Teddy welcomed a son to his family and named him Simon. Simon says that one of his first memories he has of his father was watching him sing. He says that the whole place was up on their feet cheering for his father. A paying gig. During one of Teddy's appearances, there was a representative from a popular holiday camp company in the UK called Butlins in the audience. He was so impressed with Teddy and his band that he hired them to perform at resorts in Wales and Northern England. Teddy moved his family to Blackpool while he performed. Later, the family moved to Blackburn. There, he worked in a factory, and the music was his side business. A change in Teddy. When Simon grew up and moved out on his own, Teddy's behavior changed. At first, Simon's mother would tell him that his father was acting strangely. His memory was failing, which caused him to become irate at times. For a year and a half, the family didn't know that it was a medical issue that was causing the change in Teddy's behavior. After seeing a doctor, Teddy was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Struggling. Teddy was struggling with his mind and memory, and at times became very violent. Before his father's diagnosis, Simon thought that it was just a case of old people forgetting things. As his disease progressed, Simon struggled. He says that dealing with his father's illness was the most challenging thing that he ever had to do. Simon's mother was also struggling. She was having trouble getting Teddy the help that he needed. When he went to the doctor, Teddy would deny having any memory issues. She was afraid to tell the doctor about her husband's violent outbursts because she feared they would want to lock him in a hospital. She tried to get him an appointment at a memory clinic, but the sessions kept getting delayed. She began feeling helpless. A family trip. Simon took a caravan holiday to France with his parents. His father often became violent, which left Simon and his mother feeling scared and distressed. He would go into aggressive rages, calling them horrible names. They couldn't placate him. After the trip, Simon went to stay with his parents in Blackburn, and his father didn't recognize him. He was outside, removing the moss from the paving slabs, and Teddy ran out of the house. He began poking Simon, telling him to get off his property. He had no idea Simon was his son. When he did realize who Simon was, he became more angry, calling him the worst son ever. It was horrible for everyone. Searching for help. Simon was feeling desperate, and he reached out for help. He scoured the internet for ideas, and his friends suggested that Teddy move to a residential facility. Simon reached out to the Alzheimer's Society seeking help. What he was told about his father's disease left Simon even more depressed. Singing. Simon finally figured out a way to help his father. When the two were driving in the car one day, Simon turned on the radio and the two sang together. They would do karaoke to Teddy's favorite songs. When Teddy was singing, it helped him remember who he was and who Simon was. During these drives, Simon said that he had his dad back. Donating to the cause. Simon and Teddy's version of carpool karaoke was popular. Teddy posted their version of Quando, Quando, Quando on Facebook, hoping that his friends would see it. He had no idea how popular it would become. He decided to use their carpool karaoke to earn some money for Alzheimer's research. He put up a link on the Just Giving website, expecting to receive a target of $1,500. The duet ended up raising over $200,000. For Simon, it was a win-win. While singing in the car, he had his father back, and he was able to earn money for a charity that was very close to his heart. The man was losing his dad to Alzheimer's, but then he came up with a plan to bring him back. It worked like a charm, and Simon cherishes the moments of clarity that his father has in the car. What did you think about the story? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to Factsverse for more great videos.